Okay, it's been forever since I've done a video, but I'm getting back into sewing and I'm so excited because I have so many things I want to start making and sharing with you guys, and I have another kind of thing using my skills that I'm going to be starting soon, and I'll let you guys know, but I think it's amazing and it's a big deal. But for today, I just wanted to review two patterns. In this first video, I'm going to review what my daughter and I wore for Easter, and I'll have some pictures on my blog as well. But I wanted to give you some information and review my experience sewing Simplicity 1168. It was a sheath dress and a lined car coat or lined jacket, and it had belt pockets. Okay, so that's the first one, and I'll share the dress I made my daughter after. So I loved how this turned out. And so I said, and again, I said you guys will see the pictures on my blog. But I made a simple sheath dress. And it's short sleeved. And the pattern calls for an exposed zipper. I searched high and low, okay, everywhere to find a metal fashion zipper that was 22 inches long that would coordinate with this fabric. I couldn't even find a 22-inch long fabric metal zipper that wasn't a separating heavy jacket zipper. I mean, I looked everywhere. So I just used a basic zipper that would coordinate with the lining of the jacket and my shoes. So you'll see the picture. This dress fit perfectly. It was so comfortable, and I just loved how it looked. It was very simple, but it was perfect for Easter. Okay. And then here's the jacket. And here's the lined jacket. Okay, have my little labels in there. So here's the jacket, it's lined. It has welt pockets, and you know welt pockets can be a little tricky, a little bit of a pain. So the pockets are here. You see the lining is the same colored lining as the jacket. This is one thing I want to tell you when I made this pattern. So the first thing, and I make notes in my patterns when I'm sewing, so let me pull up and see where my notes are. All right, so for the sheath dress, there's no notes about that one, so it looks like that one went together well. The directions were fine because I don't have any notes on that part. But I have notes for the coat. So coat D, at step 2. So when you're making your pockets, this is one thing that you need to know. The lining, it tells you lining for the pocket. You think lining, all the lining pieces are placed on the lining fabric. This was my lining fabric, this cream here. And so the pockets went on the lining fabric. That's what you would do. But you need to remember or take heed. When you're lining the pocket, it looks great on the inside, that contrasting color, but you need to be super careful. Luckily, I sew, so I was able to kind of, you know, stitch really close and hide it. But if you're new to sewing, you're going to be really careful, or don't even go with a contrasting lining. Go with a lining that matches the color of your fabric, because you may be able to see the color of the lining around the edges of the pocket. Okay, so that's the first one. Mine turned out fine, but I'm just saying you want to keep that in mind. The next one, step 10, piece 10, which is, piece 10 is the side front. Piece 10 does not have double notches. So you know the double notches always signify the back of the armstitch, like the armhole opening. It'll say the back will have a double notch and the front will have one notch, a single notch. There's no double notch on there. It's in the directions, it's on the photograph, but it's not on the pattern piece. So keep that in mind when you're lining up your sleeves, and when you're sewing this, there are no double notches on piece 10. Piece 8, your front facing of your jacket. So this piece here this facing piece, it calls for interfacing in the directions, and you know, you interface the front of your jacket. There's no appropriated amount for interfacing in your fabric requirements on the back of your envelope or in the layout. So when you are looking at laying out your interfacing for jacket D, where it says interfacing on the back of your instructions, it lays out pieces 11, 12, and 15. It also should have the front of the jacket as part of the interfacing amount. So you're gonna have to take that piece with you or just buy an extra yard or whatever, because interfacing is pretty cheap. And just make sure you get enough for interfacing, okay? So you're gonna need interfacing for that, and it doesn't give it to you. For the next one, my daughter's dress, she liked how this looked and she wanted it in white. We could not find, because I waited a little too late, we couldn't find the eyelet similar to the one on the pattern envelope, and we couldn't find an eyelet that she liked. So I chose a burnout kind of a print, and made view D for her. We chose the D cup because she's a 30, so she's really tiny around here, G cup, okay? So she's a 30G. We cut size 12 based on her measurements, and I chose a D cup for the pattern piece because they have bust line, individual bust line pieces, which basically is just the button placard piece. But anyway, that one was pretty easy. So this is what her dress, let me fix the collar, looks like. It turned out really cute, and there's pictures on the blog of this dress as well. So I used a sateen, and we've got the little sleeves and the buttons, the neckline, the collar or whatever. This dress was cute. It had pockets. Had cute pockets in it. There's an elasticized back, so it kind of is more fitted, and it fit her perfectly. So it was a great, you know, dress. It turned out great. And so this we chose. Now, if I had to do it all over again, I would definitely choose an eyelet because it's sturdier. This fabric is shifty because of the lightweight nature of it, and so it can be a little more difficult to work with. And I don't think that you're going to be able to get a true cut because how lightweight and how movable this fabric is. I just think it would turn out a little bit better. I don't know if we would have had the stronger eyelet. You know, the type of fabric is totally different, but it turned out great regardless, and it fit her good and she liked it. I didn't get a chance to wear my jacket because the weather in my state is so unpredictable. Usually it's freezing cold or rainy. It happened to be beautiful, like almost 90 degrees. So there was no way I could have worn the jacket, but I really loved how it turned out, and pics will be on the blog, and I can't wait to share my romper with you next. It turned out so cute. See you guys later.